Hey folks, Eric Leamy here. This is my YouTube vlog, where sentimental thoughts come from the heart, mental oddball shenanigans come from the brain. It's EML77 TV, episode 685. First and foremost, before we get to the heart of the subject, heart of the video today, I'm just going to let you know that I'm going back to work on Monday. We know that, I don't know if you heard, the Dartmouth Mall is opening up this Friday, though, but I got a phone call from the boss, says come in Monday. That's what we're going to do. It was perfect timing on his part. He did call me, and I was going to talk to him about that, but my boss, way ahead of time, being smart that he is, said, come in Monday. No problem, I said. Perfect, I told him, perfect. You know, the funny thing is I was just going to ask him that. So it was great. He must have read my mind or my father's mind. I don't know. And it seems like it'd be a great idea to complete the, the final full week of unemployment. That way I can go back with a clear mind, clear conscience, clear heart. Let's go. Let's rock and roll. We're doing this. Check this out. Backlash is coming up this Sunday. As you know, this Friday I will make my picks and predictions for WWE Backlash. And as you know, two more matches have been added to the card. The United States title will be on the line. It will be a rematch, as Apollo Crews will defend against Andrade after Andrade won a triple threat match between himself, Angel Garza, and Kevin Owens. And the Women's Tag Team Championship will be up for grabs as Sasha Banks and SmackDown Women's Champion Bayley will defend the titles against Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross and the Iconics. Love those girls. They're hilarious. So anyways, okay, hold up just a second here. All right, give me just a second here. Okay, so because speaking of the women, speaking of tag teams, I compiled a list of my personal top 30 favorite tag teams in WWE history. I watched a lot of these tag teams over the years. They've been awesome. They've been great. They provide a lot of entertainment and such, and awesome moves and all that. It's difficult to pick. I was going to do a top 20 until I realized there's more teams out there that are very, very good. And so I decided, well, I'll add 10 more teams. And I was going to add 10 more teams as honorable mentions, but I added 10 more teams to the list and one honorable mention. So here we go, and I've written them all down. And I want to start from number 30. I know it's a little crazy here, and I could have done this sooner. So here we go. Number 30, the Bushwhackers. I met them. Was back in 2000 or 2001 at the Wellness City Festival at Bentwood Park. I had a picture with them, and I still do to this day. So, if you think I'm lying, I will post that picture up. Trust me. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, number 29, the Nasty Boys. The Nasty Boys, they were really rowdy and really crazy. I know they were former tag team champions, winning the titles at WrestleMania 7, but losing them at SummerSlam. So they had a decent reign of the belts until LOD beat them. Number 26, number 28, excuse me. Can't read my old handwriting, for goodness sakes. D-Generation X, Triple H and Shawn Michaels. Entertaining dudes. Started off as a tag team. They became a stable, but then they came back as a tag team in 2006. So, DX, they were tag team champions at one point again. So that's something to have. Number 27, the Head Shrinkers. Vicious, mean, nasty, and they beat the Quebecers for the tag team titles. They turned face, thanks to the guidance of Captain Lou Albano. All right, and that would be Captain Lou Albano's last official act in the WWE, I think. No, him berating McMahon on the McMahon Appreciation Night. So that's something. So the Head Shrinkers are number 27. Money Incorporated ranking at number 26. $1 Million Man Erwin I. Shyster. You know, they were the perfect team to put together. You got a tax man and a guy that takes money. Hey, they take money. That's the thing. So, but they made Jimmy Hart a very, very treacherous snake in '92. they turned 2 tag teams face. That would be the Natural Disasters and the Nasty Boys. So that's huge. So they kind of flipped the tag team division upside down at that point. Number 25 would be Strike Force. I met one half of the Strike Force 4 years ago. Tito Santana, WWE Hall of Famer, former Intercontinental Champion as well. They were tag team champions. They knocked out the Hart Foundation until they ran into Demolition at WrestleMania 4. And they split up in WrestleMania 5. So there's him and Tito Santana and Rick Martel. Well, they were a heck of a tag team, but Tito Santana was really cool. Number 24, Los Guerreros, Eddie and Chavo. Was it 2003, 2004? They were tag team champions for a bit. So, and they had a lot of fun. They were very, very entertaining, especially when Eddie and him and Chavo conspired to make Eddie Big Show eat tainted burritos. And let's just say that, you don't want to be in the stall next to the Big Show, in the bathroom stall next to the Big Show. You want to turn around and puke in the toilet. That's how bad it stunk up. He stunk out the place. So that's really funny. Number 23, High Energy, Owen Hart and the Birdman Coco Beware. They would have been the best tag team ever without wearing the tag team titles. If Owen Hart wore the tag. Let's say this, 1992 would have been a huge year for the Hart family. Think about it. Bret Hart was Intercontinental Champion, loses the titles to the Bulldog. A couple of months later, he becomes WWE World Heavyweight Champion, beating Ric Flair. If High Energy was on the tag team title hunt and they won the belts that same year, 1992 would have been a big, humongous year for the Hart family, and Owen Hart would have added the tag team title to the repertoire of the Hart family. Owen Hart did win the tag team title later on in '95, teaming up with Yokozuna. But, High Energy had that high flying, quickness and speed, and that's what I like about them. And plus, they were really colorful outfits, too. Number 22, AOP, haven't heard from them in a while. Mean, Vicious, they were once managed by Paul Ellering, and then they decided to join up with Seth Rollins. We haven't heard from them since. Hopefully AOP is okay. I mentioned Rob Lee, the authors of Pain. They were Vicious under Paul Ellering, were NXT Tag Team Champions. They were Raw Tag Team Champions under the guidance of Drake Maverick. Who knows? They probably be the ones traded to SmackDown and probably go for the belts there. All right, number 21, the Powers of Pain. The Powers of Pain. Barbarian Warlord was once a popular team managed by the Baron, and then all of a sudden, Survivor Series in 1988, when Mr. Fuji tripped up Demolition, cost Demolition a match, and so when Demolition attacked him, the Powers of Pain helped him up, and then Mr. Fuji turned them here. So like a double turn, Demolition turns face, and Powers of Pain turned heel. All right, number 20, the Steiner brothers, Rick and Scott. They were a heck of a team, former WCW, NWA, and WWE World Tag Team Champions. Had they stuck around in TNA and held those titles, they would be the first Grand Slam Tag Team Champions in WWE history. I mean, not in WWE history, wrestling history, excuse me. So, I'm a big fan of Steiners, and they were a heck of a team. University of Michigan products. Number 19, Deuce and Domino. Deuce happens to be Jimmy Superfly Snuka's son. Domino is from the Indies. Of course, Cherry came in, and they were from OVW. So a lot of this is an OVW team. They won the Southern Tag Team titles, known as the Untouchables down there. And I like Cherry. She's pretty cute. She acts like gorgeous sister of the team, but Deuce can hit, and Deuce can hit hard. He can hit hard. He can crack it with that, and he's got a bit of a hothead too. And I think they lost the titles. I forget who they lost the titles to, and that would be My Hardy and MVP. I don't know why people are messaging me at this time. Please don't message me. You keep tagging me, dude. I'm trying to do a video here. Do you? Leave that conversation. Okay. Anyways. I'm trying to do a video here, and people keep interrupting me, want to send me messages and videos and all that. And I appreciate it, but got a show to do when you got a show to do. I don't want to lose track here. All right, got a show to do. All right, let's keep on going here. The Rockers at number 18. The Rockers, Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty before they split up in 1992, and Shawn Michaels went on to have one of the biggest careers in WWE history. Became Intercontinental. He became tag team champions with Diesel at one point, and he became WWE champion back in 1996 between Bret the Hitman Hart in the Iron Man match at WrestleMania 12 in Anaheim. So that was a heck of a match. And then Shawn Michaels then formed D-Generation X with Triple H and formed a clique with himself, Hunter, X-Pac, Nash, and Hall. And that was them. They won the, and now him and Hunter and Road Dogg are DX is helping out with playing big parts as heads of NXT. So I'm really, that's a great career to have. So the Rockers were a heck of a tag team. They almost won the titles in '91 against LOD. A miscommunication did cost them in the end. Number 17, Edge and Christian. Entertaining dudes. Saw them last night reunited on the Peep Show, and Christian was trying to motivate Edge in this matchup against Randy Orton, with the greatest wrestling match ever. And what a match that's going to be. Edge feels like he's ready. He's ready to go, and he's hoping that he can do it. So Edge and Christian, and they were entertaining back in the day, reeking of awesomeness, reeking of hainosity, or whatever. They're really funny, and they were a really funny team in 2000. They were totally cool. All right. Well, I'll keep going. I'm gonna keep talking because there's another tag team I want to put in as an honorable mention. All right, 2 honorable mentions now. Okay, so all right, number 16 would be the team. The 17 through 15, they were part of the biggest of a ladder match that would be very essential to the history of the WWE. Number 16, the Hardys, Jeff and Matt. One of the greatest tag teams ever, held the tag team titles many a times. They had Lita at one time as women's champion as well. They were a dominant force in WWE Attitude Era. And now the Matt Hardy's in AEW, and Jeff's still in the WWE trying to make names for themselves on their own. I was very happy when they came back. It was really cool. It was really awesome. At WrestleMania, was it 33, I believe they came back a couple of years ago? Wow. Number 15 would be the Dudley Boys, another one. They held, and they were probably going to be one of the greatest tag teams going down in professional wrestling, because they held more tag team championships than any tag team in history. They're like the New York Yankees of the tag team division in wrestling. No matter where they are, they held gold. That's for sure. Number 14, APA, another entertaining tag team. Bradshaw Farouk, a.k.a. John Bradshaw, Layfield, and Ron Simmons. Heck of an entertaining team. They had a lot of fun. They had running gags and beating up people in bars and all that. They just like to fight. That's what I like about APA. They love to fight. Number 13, the New Age Outlaws, Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. I'll tell you one thing. Road Dogg's a good guy. I mean, you see his tweets, and he always likes to humble himself, and, I think he's a Christian, he prays, and he's an ultimately good guy. And that's what I like about Road Dogg. I hope I meet him one day, because I know he served in our country, too, as a Marine, and I got a lot of respect for Road Dogg for that, and I admired him greatly. So, and they were a heck of a tag team, and I got to do it because I need to do it, so let me put this down. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, D-Generation X proudly to you, it's 6-time WWE Tag Team Champions of the World, the Road Dogg, Jesse James, the Bad Bleep, Billy Gunn, the New Age Outlaws. And if you're not down with that, we got 2 words for you. Suck it. Okay. I had to do it. I would say the other word, but I bleeped it out just for the heck of it. All right. So, okay, number 12, Street Profits. They bring the swag. The Street Profits remind me a little bit of New Age Outlaws, but with more of a hip hop flavor, and that's what I like about them. They're very entertaining, a lot of fun. Montez Ford is one of the best athletes ever in that team. Dawkins provides the power. You got Montez Ford provides the high flying skills. And Montez Ford is one of the most amazing athletes. Very entertaining. He's got that charisma. Totally awesome. And they're the current Raw Tag Team Champions right now. They were NXT Tag Team Champions. So the Street Profits go well on their way being a Hall of Fame type tag team. Number 11, Eminem. Why are they my favorite tag team? One word, Melina. That's all you need to say. And that entrance, Hello, Melina. That's what I like about M&M. And they were 3-time tag team champions. So, and Johnny Nitro, obviously, him and Melina, they were dating for a while. They broke up, and when they left the WWE, they broke up for good. John Morrison and Johnny Nitro became John Morrison. He ended up marrying Talia Valkyrie from Impact Wrestling. And then married to Melina's doing her thing down in NWA, possibly challenging for the NWA. I think before the pandemic, Melina was challenging Thunder Rosa for the NWA World Women's Championship. So, and Joey Mercury's retired after all the injuries he suffered. So, I think he's working as an agent. He worked at, last time I checked, he was working as an agent in the WWE. Don't know what he's doing now, but Eminem had a great career, had a great run in 2005, 2006. And they got back together to battle the Hardys. Everyone see them against the Hardys was a heck of a matchup. Okay, number 10, Men on a Mission. Men on a Mission. Two big guys that like to move fast, especially Big Mabel. Mabel can move. He can do drop. He did a drop kick. I'm like, oh my God, he did a drop kick? How do you get off the, like Bobby the Brain Heenan once said, how do you get off the mat? That's what I want to know. So, Oscar doing the rapping, and Mo and Mabel doing the moving. That's the thing. And they were former tag team champions at one night, beating the Quebecers at a show in London, England. But then the Quebecers got the belts back. So they're number 10. Number 9, Rock and Sock Connection, one of the most entertaining tag teams during the Attitude Era. The Rock and Mankind. This is your like. That was funny. That was funny, and that's the meaning of the word Poontang Pie was born. I'm like, what did The Rock say? And then I didn't get it until I'm like, oh, okay, I smell what The Rock is cooking there. So, yeah, and they were 3-time tag team champions. So The Rock's first tag team title came from The Rock and his team with Mankind when they defeated Big Show and The Undertaker for the titles. Was it back in August 30th, 1999? I'll never forget that day. And they won. They definitely won the titles, and gave The Rock a triple crown. So that's huge. So that's number 9. Number 8, the British Bulldogs, Davey Boy Smith and his cousin Dynamite Kid Tom Bellington. Heck of a tag team, former tag team champions, guided by Captain Lou Albano and special cornerman Ozzy Osbourne. Sharon! And then Davey Boy Smith went on his own to be one of the best British wrestlers ever. Probably inspired NXT UK, and he's now going to be in the WWE Hall of Fame. I'm really excited about that. Excuse me. Number 6, the Viking Raiders. Eric and Ivar, they've been known as War Machine, the War Raiders over the years, and just and they've held gold wherever they went. They were former NXT Tag Team Champions, former Raw Tag Team Champions, former IWGP Tag Team Champions, former Ring of Honor Tag Team Champions. They go to SmackDown and win the SmackDown belts. I think the War Raiders will go down as one of the best teams ever right there, and they would be the first team to have all those titles. So far, they've made a lot of history there. Eric and Ivar, though, they can move, and Ivar moves for a big man. Like, you don't see a whole lot of big men move like cruiserweights, like Ivar and Bam Bam Bigelow do, and they're like, oh my gosh, and they're impressive. They're so impressive. And Ivar gets all the chicks now. What is up with him and the chicks, man? It's totally nuts. I love the Viking Raiders. They're a heck of a team. And a friendly rivalry with the Street Profits. Very entertaining stuff, let me tell you. I think one of them is suffering an injury, I believe. That's probably the reason why they're doing this. Keep going. All right, number 6, the natural disasters, earthquake and typhoon. Two big, mean dudes. You mess with them, you're going to be a pancake, and the referee's going to need a spatula. And when Jimmy Hart decided to put in DiBiase and Shyster instead of the natural disasters, and I'm like, wait, what? And then we found out that DiBiase and Shyster won the titles. I'm like, LOD lost? How'd that happen? And then I found out, natural disasters are good. Good. I hope they squish Money Incorporated. They end up winning the titles from Money Incorporated in June, and they defended against the Beverly Brothers at SummerSlam. So that will be a heck of a team there. Number 5, Heavy Machinery. These guys are about as entertaining as all get out in NXT. They didn't hold any championships, so I know Otis is right now Money in the Bank winner with his lovely peach. Oh yeah, there's my peach. There's my peach right there. And Otis, bless him, he's a man. People love Otis, and and they love Heavy Machinery. Tucker is more like the motivator and helping out his little brother. As they think those brothers, which I think is really cool and sweet and nice, and that's what I like about Heavy Machinery. They're a very entertaining tag team. I hope they win the tag team titles one day. Number 4, LOD, Legion of Doom. They've held tag team titles wherever they went, including the WWE. Miss Hawk, but I'll tell you one thing, LOD's been having they had a lot of success, and, also been prominent during the Attitude Era as well. Managed only by 2 people. That would be Paul Ellering and Sonny, believe it or not. Sonny managed them, but didn't get them any gold at that point. So, and then Hawk fell off the rails a little bit when, Ellering turned against them to join up with DOA, 8-Ball, and Skull, a.k.a. the former Jacob and Eli Blue. Number 3, The New Day. 3 entertaining young men, awesome dudes, held gold, longest reigning tag team champions in WWE history, most entertaining. They invented their own cereal called Bootios. Xavier Woods has his own YouTube channel of Up, Up, Down, Down. Kofi Kingston had a 11-year journey to become WWE champion, finally achieved that last year. Big E became an Intercontinental champion. And just 3 amazing and entertaining young men. They're totally awesome dudes. Gotta love the New Day. They always bring a lot of smile, and they make you laugh. Trust me, you'll like them. Number 2, the team that they beat out for the longest reign of the tag team titles. Demolition, big, mean, nasty. Don't want to mess with them. You add Crush to the team in 90, they're even meaner and nastier. And they got even nastier when Mr. Fuji managed them. Managed on 2 separate occasions. When they reconciled with Fuji back in 91 with just Smash and Crush, you're talking about nasty. They can cut some good promos too, especially Axe and Smash. And let me tell you, they know how to cut promos. And too bad that they don't have anything to do with the WWE anymore, because they would have straightened some tag teams out around here. And the number 1 of my personal top 30 favorite tag teams in WWE history, the Brothers of Destruction, Kane and The Undertaker, the only tag team to hold both the WCW and WWE tag team titles simultaneously. These guys are mean and nasty. They'll beat anybody up. If you don't believe me, watch their matchup with Mr. Kennedy and MVP. Or even tweet MVP says, what was it like stepping in the ring with The Undertaker and Kane? I think MVP will have a thing or two to say to you guys about that. So that's probably huge. So that's why The Undertaker and Kane. Now let's go to the honorable mentions. Now, the Rock and Roll Express, they have competed in the WWE. In 1993, they made their debut in 93. They decided to take the feud with the Heavenly Bodies, which would be Dr. Desire, Prom Richard, and the Gigolo Jimmy Del Rey, in the Smoky Mountain rivalry to the WWE, and a neutral battleground, in Jim Cornette's opinion, to be Survivor Series. And then during the Attitude Era, when there was like a mini NWA invasion, so to speak, it had Barry Windham, Jeff Jarrett, Dan Severn, and surprisingly made an alliance with the Rock and Roll Express managed by Jim Cornette. And so they were prominent in that. They were NWA Tag Team Champions. The Headbangers beat them for the belts and all that. There are lots of awesome tag teams out there. It'd be difficult for me to pick any 30, of my personal favorites. There are a lot of great tag teams out there. It'd be a miss if I don't mention Too Cool. They were tag team champions, but they were very entertaining as too much. They were like goofy and funny, and they were laughing. But even as Too Cool, a lot of people taking a liking to them at one point, and they were over with the fans. They were over with the fans, and they were over with the fans. They won the belts in 2000, thanks to Joe C helping out. Helping Too Cool out, and God rest Joe C's soul. And Kid Rock was about to play the American Badass thing for The Undertaker. That's a really cool moment. And we know Brian Christopher, too, Grandmaster 6A, passed away, and it was a really sad day. And it was like a year ago, couple years ago, and we miss him. So Sky Too Hottie is now working as a coach for NXT, the WPC Performance Center. I'm really happy that he's still around in WWE. Another tag team, the Quebecers, Jacques Rougeau and Pierre-Carl Ouellet, or Jean-Pierre Lipfi, and just Pierre. They're your typical, they're rule breakers, but also they're thunder and lightning combos. Pierre provides the power, Jacques provides the technical wrestling skills, and I'll tell you what, they were a heck of a team. At that point, former 3-time WWE World Tag Team Champions. They did come back in '98, and they did make an appearance in WCW as the Amazing French Canadians. But now, PCO, Jacques Rougeau is retired from wrestling. His son is trying to take up the legacy. But Pierre-Carl Ouellet still wrestling at his crazy age of over 50 plus years. And you're talking about a former Ring of Honor World Heavyweight Champion in PCO. That's huge. So that. And then we got the one tag team that would have showed a lot of promise, but didn't fulfill it. But they're one of my favorites, though, the Ascension. And when they had those unique shoulder pads, I'm like, it's a LOD Demolition ripoff. You combine LOD and Demolition had a kid, the Ascension, Connor and Victor with it. They were the longest reigning NXT Tag Team Champions in history. I think they still are, but they didn't make much promise in the WWE when they came up to the SmackDown roster, and they got disrespected. And then they tried to disrespect. I think they tried to put a name for themselves by disrespecting the NWO, and then they got embarrassed by them, the Outlaws, and APA. That's something that is sad. They could have gone somewhere, but these are my favorite tag teams. I don't know what your favorite tag teams are in WWE history. That's why I put the honorable mentions, because I know that they've been known, but didn't show much promise. They were one of my favorites either way. You tell me what your favorite top 30 or top 20 or top 10 tag teams in WWE history are. All right, that's all the time we have on the show. I am very, very happy, and I'm very happy that you decided to stop by and watch this. I will get back to you guys on the next episode, 686, where I talk about my top 10 favorite cruiserweights of all time. Cruiserweight wrestlers of all time. All right? I'll see you guys later. Have a wonderful, wonderful day.